believe in the power of animation. I am a media buff and I love stories. It doesn't matter to me what format you deliver your story in. As long as it is full of passion and purpose, I will find something in it that appeals to me. But I'm continually surprised by certain reactions and trends in one particular field: animation. You see, culturally speaking, animation in America is considered to be very juvenile, both in content and audience. And even though we can all think of at least one or two examples of adult animation, most of those titles are only known because of titillation, or because of just how specifically not for children they are. I avoided this quagmire of public opinion for a variety of reasons, all basically intertwined. My parents realized early on that if left to my own devices, I would watch TV and play video games and generally not be a bother to them at all. But for the purposes of moral fiber, the parents still didn't allow me unrestricted access to things like R-rated films. The content of my media was very important to them, even if they weren't actively viewing it with me. Animation was the perfect solution. Early on in my cartoon viewing life, I had been exposed to superheroes. Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man, the Hulk, and the Justice League were constants for me. They led me to sample shows in the same vein, like Thundercats, Transformers, and Voltron. These shows were decidedly influenced, and partly created from animation that came from Japan. My mother, in her very American way, had determined based on past experience that cartoons weren't ever a problem. I could watch those without her saying a word. With a bit of research, I determined that Japan was producing lots of interesting animation that featured science fiction and fantasy, much like the superhero stuff that already attracted me. I watched movies on the Sci-Fi Channel, Saturday mornings after all the normal shows I tuned into on Fox were over. These films featured content a step above the animation I'd seen previously. Actions had ramifications. People really died. Girls had nipples. Suddenly, the full realization hit me. The limits of what could be done with animation were self-imposed. Any story, any thought, all the concepts that could possibly be imagined can be represented in animation. Through animation, I've seen a crew of pirates travel to an island in the sky, a group of samurai fight giant robots, a boy deal with the awakening of telekinetic powers in a futuristic apocalypse. Monsters figure out that laughter is better than fear. A street rat finds the key to the future in love, and more. Nothing is beyond the scope of what can be done with animation, when the arbitrary limitations are taken away, and creativity is allowed to flourish. I believe animation is for everyone, not just children. And when artists are allowed to fully explore any medium, the results can be breathtaking, as mind-blowing as any blockbuster movie or ornate television series.